Animal Crossing, a severely underrated game, most often dismissed for its colorful and childish nature. Despite that, when you give it a chance, it can be so relaxing. Nintendo has made some strange, yet ingenious, design choices before, but living in a village as the only human, surrounded by animals, takes the cake. So I'm here to do a review of the series in general, except for, the game which is yet to be released here. Soon Nintendo, yes? Let's rewind about 10 or so years. March 3rd, 2003, my 9th birthday, the day I received my very first home console, the Nintendo GameCube. To be honest, I didn't even know what it was. I had been playing my Game Boy Color and Advance up until then. My mum, being awesome as usual, got me 3 games to start off with: Super Mario Sunshine, SSX Tricky, and Animal Crossing. I loved the other 2, but it took me a few good months to truly understand what Animal Crossing was. I have so many good memories of this game. I didn't know how to save it first, and Mr. Rossetti would come and yell at me the next day. There are 2 instances I can remember very clearly. One in which he turned the screen black momentarily, and it seemed like the game had shut off, and another in which he stole all the items in my inventory. I learned how to save after that. I remember going to the island by connecting my Game Boy Advance and taking as many coconuts as I could. The best, though, was quietly playing in the middle of the night when I should have been in bed, and finding Wisp for the first time. Overall, the game was great. Its graphics were neat and still stand quite well next to the newer games. The music was amazing and never got dull as it changed by the hour. The villagers had unique classes, although after playing for a few years, the dialogue can get a bit repetitive. It has neat customization options, and the collecting was awesome. It even has some great replayability options, as every time you start over, the town and villagers change. Definitely a great game, 9.5 out of 10. Next, on to Wild World. This one was one of the first games I got on the DS in 2006, and I was amazed. It was like holding the GameCube version in my hands. Everything was there, and at first the only notable difference was the rolling camera. I loved being able to run around town with my friend, not just by myself. Making constellations was cool, and going to drink coffee with the Brewster was interesting, if not a waste of money. The music still changed by the hour, and was very reminiscent of the first game. Gameplay and collecting was expanded to make the game seem larger. My biggest grump about this game is the lack of real-world holidays. Instead we got Yay Day and other such monstrosities. They were in the first game, why not in this one? My second tick with this game is the rolling camera. I liked it in City Folk, just not on the DS. The screen felt too small for it, especially when hunting insects that it could attack, aka the tarantula and the scorpion. Finally, and this may just be me, but I hated how you couldn't complete Nook's shop upgrades without connecting to a friend's town. Sure, if you have lots of friends who play Animal Crossing, it's easy, but what if none of them play? I had one friend who played Animal Crossing, and we used to link up all the time. She moved away though, and I reset my game. It wasn't until later that I found out that Nook wouldn't upgrade. The Wi-Fi never worked on my DS either, so that was a huge letdown for me. As with every game, I like multiplayer, just don't make it necessary to beat the game. This game gets a 6.5 out of 10 from me. Finally, Animal Crossing City Folk. I haven't played too much of this game, but here's my review of what I have played. They essentially took all the good stuff from Wild World and shoved it onto a home console. With motion controls.
Great.
Going into the city was fun at first, but then after seeing everything it had on certain days just got dull and repetitive. I ended up spending most of my time in my town. I loved the little throwbacks and references to the previous games. The music was very Animal Crossing-esque.
I don't know, I assume after 3 games I can call it that.
The graphics just looked polished, not different. Motion controls, they're okay in certain games, just not in this one. Every movement just felt so imprecise. Honestly, this game just felt like it took the DS game, slapped it on the Wii, added a few stores, called it a city, and then gave it motion controls, like,
"Here, enjoy your welcome, bitch."
5 out of 10 for not being original and or not really bringing any new concepts to the series. Ah, New Leaf, I have such high hopes for you. Obviously, I can't very well review a game which is yet to be released, but I can share with you my hopes for it. I surprisingly haven't really spoiled myself by watching Japanese walkthroughs for it, but I do know you act as mayor and have a really cute secretary. I'm hoping they include Tortimer somewhere despite this, as I really quite liked him. This seems like a good direction for the series to go, as it was a bit odd just being a villager and yet doing everything for your town. Being married, you also get to customize your town, which is something I'm excited for. I know they have the rolling camera back, but I'm hoping that the larger 3DS screen helps with that. Finally, I'm really happy they brought it back on handheld. Sure, the GameCube game was my favorite, but the series has always felt better suited to pick up and play for me. And of course, swimming! So once again, that's all I have time for today. I'd love to hear from my fellow Animal Crossing fans in the comments below. What would you rate each game, and what are you looking forward to in the new game? Please like and even subscribe if you'd like to see more. This has been Simply Press Start, where gaming is as simple as pressing start.